This is the Savvy Investor radio show and podcast with Mike Kinnett and Ryan Herbert of ProStatus Financial, now celebrating 20 years helping families build successful retirements and lasting family legacies. Mike is a financial planner and estate planning attorney with a master's degree in tax and 4-time Amazon best-selling author. Ryan is a 5-star Wealth Management Award winner and top-ranked financial advisor by Forbes. Now, the Savvy Investor radio show and podcast.
Let's talk about some retirement topics here to help some folks make some good financial decisions when they plan to punch the clock for the rest of their lives here, which is very, very important. Taxes is one thing that cornerstone really for you, Mike, and ProStatus. And I found this interesting. I saw this. A 73-year-old wrote to an advice column on MarketWatch. For those that don't know, MarketWatch is a website that talks about financial information and provides financial information, explaining that they have a pre-tax IRA of nearly $1 million. It's the person that wrote in. And they're looking to do a Roth conversion to an IRA over the next several years. But they heard that it was better to wait when there is a downturn in the market. So what say you? Is that a good idea? And what are you telling your clients?
Yes, no, maybe. I feel like that's okay. Kind of my standard answer for a lot of these advice columns. Of course, if we could absolutely predict the future, if we could say, all right, a market downturn is going to happen in 2025, and then the stock market's going to rebound 30, 40% in 2026, well, then absolutely we should do it next year when the stock market downturns, because we know that rebound's going to happen. And obviously, I'm not saying that's what's going to happen. That's just, a scenario that's out there. But, it's one of those things where it really is up to you and up to your emotional mindset. Because, if you want to do it during a market downturn, the thought process there is that, I have $1 million inside of my IRA. It drops to 800,000. If I just convert over, I still own the same amount of shares of whatever it is. If I convert over 100 shares of my, Apple stock when it's worth 20% less, that, I pay tax on 20% less money. And then when it grows, it goes back to where it was. Mm-hmm. And, I have all that money tax free. That's really kind of the thought process behind doing it when the stock market is down. But for most people, most of our clients that we see when we're doing these Roth conversions, they're not always taking money out of their bank account to pay the taxes, because the question is, if you're going to convert $200, $300, $100,000, whatever the number is, mm-hmm. if you're going to convert that money, where are the tax dollars going to come from? There's the old adage, buy low and sell high. So if you're saying, I'm going to do this conversion, right? I'm going to take my $1 million IRA and I'm going to convert $200,000 of it, and I need to pay the taxes out of that money. Well, now when the stock market is down, I'm selling when it's low and I'm selling out of my account. So while yes, it would make sense because I'm going to get all of that growth on my funds when the stock market comes back. But how are you paying for those taxes? If you're going to be writing a check out of your bank account, well, then yes, it absolutely would make sense for the most part to do those conversions when the stock market is down. Conversely, when the stock market is high, well, now I feel good about selling off some of my funds to pay the taxes because it's grown. I'm selling mm-hmm. off some of my gains, so to speak. I'm using my earnings to pay the taxes for me. It really can be kind of this situational thing, but it really is emotional. How do you feel about it when the stock market is down? Because most people feel that when the stock market is down, I don't want to do anything. I want to hold on to my money. I want to preserve my money. I don't want to lose any more money just because I'm paying money to taxes. Certainly, I don't want to pay more money to taxes. When the stock market's up, they feel a lot better about it. But, these are the conversations that we have with our clients when we're talking about Roth conversion. We talk about Roth conversion from the tax saving aspect, taking all the emotional decision out of it, taking all the market noise out of the conversations. And if you're speaking with your advisor and you're asking them about Roth conversions and they're saying, well, it's not a good time because the stock market's up, or it's not a good time because the stock market's down, or, it might make sense for you, but you need to go talk to my tax person because I don't talk about taxes. I encourage you to just click the link below to schedule a complimentary consultation to sit down with myself, Mike, Lawrence, Catherine, and our team here at ProStatus to put together your very own Roth conversion plan that talks about here's how much money we're going to convert every single year as part of your plan. So click the link below to schedule a complimentary consultation, and don't forget to like and subscribe to the channel.
As we're talking about when is the right time to make a Roth conversion here on the Savvy Investor radio show and podcast, and you too, we thank you for listening. And as Ryan mentioned, make sure to like and subscribe and share with your friends. Once they see the plan, once you guys do the tax analysis, the Roth conversion analysis and the tax planning and all that, once they see the numbers, does the emotion go down to, are they calmer? Because you talked about emotion. Emotion drives everything. So once they see this, are they a little bit more calm?
No, absolutely not. They're not calmer after having the conversation, simply because what we're showing you when you come in and you sit down with us in our team, what I am going to show you is by doing nothing, by keeping money inside your IRA, inside your traditional TSP or your 457 or your 403B, and taking money out either for income or for RMD purposes, here's the income over the next 30, 40, 50 years of your life, because we're taking you all the way out till age 95. Here's how much money you said you wanted to have in retirement. Here's how much money you're going to pay in taxes over that lifetime. And, you know, for most of the people that I happen to see in our Hanover office, you know, most people have somewhere between $900 and $1.5 million inside of their IRA.
Congratulations. That's good.
At, you know, they've done a great job savings. Mm-hmm. Obviously, there are some people that have more and there are some people that have less. But that's kind of what the average is that normally that I see. And when we're sitting down and I'm showing them, all right, on your $1.2 million that you have inside of your 401k, over your lifetime, you're going to pay $1.9 million in taxes. And
unbelievable.
The question always is, how am I going to pay more money in taxes than I have in that account? Because they don't think about the fact that it's not just the money that you have in that account. It's all the other income that you're going to have in retirement. And then all of a sudden, there's that magical fun time at 73 or 75, depending on when you're born, when the government says, oh, hey, you got to take money out and drop it onto your income and pay tax on it, even if you don't need the money with that RMD. And so is always this feeling of shock that I'm going to pay how much money in taxes? And then I turn around and I say, okay, that's how much money you're going to pay. But by putting a plan in place and doing strategic Roth conversions, and what I mean by strategic is it is a set dollar amount that we're doing based upon your income. It's not just saying, all right, I'm going to do $100,000 this year and $200,000 next year. It's very specific numbers. But by doing this strategic conversion over 4, 5, 6, 7 years, however long it's going to take us based on your tax rates, we are going to cut that $1.9 million in taxes down to 1.1, 1.2, 900,000, a significantly smaller number for most people. Obviously, there's some people out there where it doesn't make sense for us to do it. And that's what the conversation then becomes. But when they see that significance in savings, it's not that they're angrier that I'm showing them this. It's just that no one has explained this to them before. Their financial advisor that they've been working with for years never said anything about it. By working with them, they were going to pay $1.9 million in taxes. And in just a 1 hour conversation with us and our team, I'm saving them $600,000, $700,000, $800,000 in taxes just by showing them, if you understand the tax code, here's how much money we can save in taxes. And then it's like this light bulb goes off. Is it why aren't more people doing this? Why aren't more people talking about it? Why didn't my advisor tell me about this? And then that conversation is the same every single time. Well, you're working with Tom over at one of the big box stores. And if you look at the bottom of those statements, they're not allowed to talk to you about taxes. And they're sending you off to your CPA, and your CPA is giving you an answer just in that situation. Nobody's looking at your entire financial picture. Your advisor's just looking at your investments, and your tax person is just looking at your income for that year. Nobody is looking out in the future and saying, all right, if your investments do X, here's what's going to happen for taxes. And that really is the benefit of having a company that looks at your entire financial picture. not just your investments, not just your taxes. We're looking at your estate plan. We're looking at long-term care. We're looking at life insurance, all the aspects of a financial plan all in one place. And if you are 55 or older, you're near or at or even in retirement, and you are not having these conversations with your advisor, I encourage you to just click the link in the video description below to set you up with a complimentary consultation with Mike, myself, and our team here at ProStatus. And don't forget to like and subscribe to the channel.
As we get older, we need more things. We need more doctors. We need financial help, so on and so forth. But those people don't always talk to each other. And Ryan, before we wrap this segment up here, I want to talk quickly about the importance of working with someone like yourself, with Mike Kinnett and the team at ProStatus. So you guys really do take care of everything. You don't need to go, across town to talk to your CPA. You don't need to go back over across town to talk to your financial advisor, so on and so forth. Everything is under one roof, including estate planning. Why is that so important? Because I don't want people to miss that. That's a very critical piece, especially if you're over 55 and you're planning for retirement.
It's one of those things where if you're talking to Tom about your investments, you're talking to Steve about your taxes, and you're talking to Phil about your estate plan, nobody is really communicating with each other. Even if they say, this is my, these are the people that I refer people to. Just the other week, I was sitting down with some prospective clients from the radio. They heard us on the radio. They went to the website. They scheduled their complimentary consultation, and they were working with an advisor out in the Bethesda area, so kind of right around DC. And I'm familiar with who this gentleman is, and he does a really great job for his clients, really great job. But they were sitting down with me and they were asking about the tax aspect. That's what they really had concerns about, because they said, we sat down with our advisor and he said, we're going to talk about the taxes. And he mentioned Roth conversion to them, and he'd say, oh yeah, we'll talk about that next meeting. And I'm going to send you to go talk to my CPA and he'll take care of everything. And every time they brought it up to him, it was the same question. And they really wanted to know, what makes you guys different? Are you sending us out to somebody else to have our taxes done? And my answer to that, it was Lawrence and myself, was that no, we are the ones who actually do your tax return. When you come in to do your taxes, you're not sitting with somebody else. You're sitting with Lawrence and myself. We're doing the taxes. When we're talking about Roth conversions, Lawrence and myself are sitting here creating these dummy tax returns to come up with the Roth conversion scenario, so you know exactly what's going to happen. When we're done with our tax conversation and we start talking about estate planning, you're talking with Lawrence and myself and Mike. You are never leaving the office. We are not sending you elsewhere to have any of these services done, because it's very important that your investment plan works with your income plan. Your income plan works with your tax plan. And ultimately, when you pass away and you leave this money behind to whomever, all of those three plans work with your estate plan to make sure that you paid the least amount of taxes while you're alive. And after you pass away, your beneficiaries pay the least amount of taxes on your money. That is really the benefit of having everything all in one place.
Just click the link below to schedule a complimentary personalized review with Ryan, with Mike, with Lawrence, and the team at ProStatus. And be sure to subscribe to our YouTube channel as well. That will get you in touch with the team. That way you can get started on your Roth conversion, your tax analysis, and get started on retirement. It's very important, if you're 55 and older, to do this. If you're preparing for retirement, or if you are already in retirement, make sure that you reach out to ProStatus, to Mike, to Ryan, to Lawrence, and the team here on the Savvy Investor Radio to get started on that. Ryan, thanks again, man. Appreciate your time. As always, you get the final word.
This is Ryan Herbert. Thank you so much for listening to the Savvy Investor Radio Show and podcast, and we will see you, the Savvy Investor, next week.
Advisory services offered through ProStatus Financial Advisors Group, a registered investment advisor. Insurance licensed in Maryland. ProStatus Financial Advisors Group, LLC is not licensed in all 50 states. To find out if ProStatus Financial Advisors Group is licensed in your state, please call 410-863-1040. ProStatus Group, LLC is not affiliated with nor endorsed by the Social Security Administration or any other government agency and does not provide legal or tax advice. Annuity guarantees rely solely on the financial strength and claims-paying ability of the issuing insurance company. By contacting us, you may be provided with information about insurance and annuity products offered through representatives of ProStatus Financial Advisors Group.